Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Gold Rush the Game. I am Renovate. And once again, guys, we're going to continue playing this game in fast forward fashion. Hope you guys like it that way. I kind of do. It's easier for me to edit, and it's also a little bit more interesting for me to voice over a video because I'm actually watching it myself instead of playing it in real time. So yeah, it makes it kind of interesting. So last episode, guys, we did our first clean out, and I think we got something like 30 some ounces. So I took the 30 ounces and we went and sold it, and we got a bunch of money. So right here we are buying all the components to the mobile wash plant, including all the hoses for the water, the washing, the gold washing thing there at the end. I forget what it's called. It's called the shaker. And the little nugget thing there. I'm good with technical terms. And we also bought the mobile wash plant. So this is my good attempt at trying to back up and hook onto it. I'm not that great of a person that backs up. I just noticed that I think something fell out of my car right there. Maybe it didn't. So yeah, we got the mobile wash plant. I think it costs like $5,000 or something like that. I went back to the base and set it up, and we set it up over here in the left-hand corner, which is like I think the southern corner. And then I went ahead and bought a excavator. This is the small excavator, and we get ourselves started actually mining real gold. So I started over on this side only for one reason. I know that there's a big drop off right here, and it goes pretty deep. And from the other times that I've actually played, I got a lot of gold over here in this corner. And as you can see, I just got a nugget there of 2 ounces. I end up getting nuggets that are like 8 ounces and 13 ounces out of this corner. And it was a pretty good cleanup that we get from this one. The only problem is it's so close to the edge there that if you hit the ground too hard, you can break the teeth off of the machine, and we got to watch that because I do hit it quite often. Now, I did not break the teeth, and I have yet to break the teeth. But yeah, you got to watch that if you're playing. But yeah, we're still in the late or the early springtime, so I still get lots of snow. And one of the things about the mobile wash plant, you can't have the little the gold shaking thing there and this magnetite remover machine plugged in at the same time as the mobile wash plant. It just it absorbs too much power, and the little generator there only produces, I think, 450. And if you plug all these in, it kind of takes all the power. So you got to disconnect one and use the other. And I think on this clean out we had like 2 buckets, and this is an early clean out. So the only reason I did this is because I ran out of gas. So I figured I might as well do a clean out, and I also wanted to test and see what we actually got. And you can usually tell what you get from the buckets from looking at how much magnetite you get. So the more magnetite, you tend to get more gold. But from these buckets here, you'll see that was a full bucket and a half a bucket. And I think we get something like 5 ounces or something like that. Usually on the areas where you have like very shallow soil, yeah, you get 6 ounces. So usually in the areas where you have very shallow soil, which is basically the overburden of the ground, your pay dirt is usually at a lower level, and you don't get as much gold. So that's basically why I didn't get that much gold. But you can see here that we still had our 31 ounces, so I went ahead and took it back, and we're going to smelt it. And then I don't think I buy any more machines. I just end up smelting it to keep the money. I believe that's what I did. Let's see. We smelt the gold, and then we're going to... We got 11 ounces left. I end up playing around. I did find all the pages that are in this area. I do need to go and find... I think there's 2 of them up the street, so we can get more journal pages. But yeah, we took all the money back here. You can see we still have 11 ounces left. The gold did go down, but we do have $22,000. I think what I do now is I go buy the fuel tank. I'm pretty sure that's what we go and buy here. But we do have $22,000, like I said, and we have 11 ounces, almost 12 ounces of gold in reserve. So if we actually do need it, we can actually give the gold to the claim owner. He'll actually take gold instead of cash, which is, if you're watching the gold price, if the gold price is going down, let him take the gold, because you're actually on the plus side. So I buy it in some extra buckets. That way I can do multiple washouts or cleanouts at the same time. And then we go ahead and we grab us our fuel tank here. And I think I actually did this pretty well on... Oh, nope, I guess I didn't. We get pretty close. It's hard backing up on this truck. But it comes empty. And so I take it down here. We get some gas. Gas at the moment is pretty high. It's typically like 10.30, 10.40 a gallon. I think right here it ends up being like 10.70 or something like that. What to see? I'm pretty sure it was like 10.70. So I end up spending almost $3,000 in gas, and then just to fill up my car, it's over $100. So it's quite a bit of money. But later on, we end up getting the big fuel tank that sits on your job site. And you can just fill that up and have that on the job site at all times. And then you can just fill this little thing up whenever you need it. So yeah, we take this back. We end up filling up our, I don't drive very well. Dad only let me drive in the driveway. But we take this back. We end up filling up our excavator, because that's why we ran out of gas. And I don't think we turned in any magnetite in this episode. I don't believe we did, because I don't get any magnetite until well, I'm starting to get magnetite now. I haven't even bought the magnetite trailer. You would have saw it right there. But yeah, so we take this back, fuel up the excavator, we continue working on, and I always get stuck there at the beginning. But you can see we continue working on in our hole here, and the hole is actually pretty large, and I end up going almost a little bit over 90 degrees from the starting point. So it goes all the way around to the other side, to the far right of our excavator, which is kind of more into the deeper pay dirt. So we kind of get out of this first little section here. This first little section, like I said, had a lot of nuggets in it, which was good. You'll see the gold up at the top. I'm at 14. None of that was, if you remember, we had 11 ounces, so there's 3 ounces. So we probably got a nice sized nugget there, but I haven't done any washouts or cleanouts right now. So any gold that you see up there at the top, that's going to be from nuggets. And so we just continue working on this little area here. And then real quick after that little edit there, you can see we're up to 18 ounces. So we just continue digging in this little area. We're actually on day 2. This game is kind of grindy. I mean, I think that the total time that I recorded was something like 3.5 hours, almost 4 hours. So it did take quite a bit of time to get all of this. And when I do these videos, the reason that I'm doing it in quick speed is because I just can't. I mean, other than streaming it to you guys, that's the only way that I'd be able to actually show you everything I do. So I kind of take my time, and then I make sure that I get all the dirt that I can, because I haven't drilled for anything, so I really don't know where the gold is. But typically the gold is way down there next to the ground or close to it, usually about 4 to 5 meters down. So that's about where I'm digging, and you can see I'm trying to scrape the bottom. The only time that you can actually use the excavator to scrape the bottom is if you're like right in between the tracks. Your boom will go down a little bit farther than if you are reaching to the side. But yeah, so when you use this excavator, this is the smaller excavator, it's almost 1 or 1.5% for, if we're talking about filling up the bucket. So every scoop, it goes up about 1 to 2, almost around there. When you get to the larger excavator, it actually fills up, I think it's like 4 to 6, depending on how full your bucket is. So it goes a lot faster. So we end up getting the larger excavator real soon, but that's going to be in another episode. Hopefully you guys continue watching it. But yeah, so we are up to 37 ounces of gold, and that's only because of nuggets. Like I said, nothing has been washed out yet. I think we end up doing like 4 or 5 buckets in this washout. But I dig all the way over close to the truck. I think I end up getting pretty close to running out of gas. Yeah, there's another 6.5 ounce nugget. So we got tons of gold out of this little section here, which was great. I wasn't expecting that much at all. But the deeper that I went, or the closer that I could get to that ground there, and you can kind of see it clipping in every once in a while, you get some pretty big nuggets. But I think that's what we end up doing is we just run the excavator until it runs out of gas, and then we do our cleanup. And it's 5:40 in the evening, but it is kind of dark, so I don't know if it was really cloudy or something. I don't remember why it's so dark at 5 o'clock. Sometimes it's super dark when it gets like cloudy and gray out it's like 1 in the afternoon and it's like almost pitch black. But you can see here I went in and clipped it. We're at almost 8 o'clock at night. I ran out of gas. We got a full bucket, so it looks like we have 5 buckets. 1, 2, 3. I got 6 buckets. Cool. So we did 6 bucket clean out. Actually, no, 5. One of those was empty. I saw it. And or is it a 4 bucket clean out? I think it's only 4 buckets. We'll switch those, and then we'll go ahead and start this. Magnetite 2%. A full bucket of magnetite, if you get it all the way to 100%, is 5,000 ounces. So you can kind of get an idea of where you're at on magnetite. So we end up washing these out and plugging it in. Now you can see we're at 44 ounces. All that was from nuggets, so we can see here when we put this in last time, a bucket and a half was only 6.5 ounces. So, you know, if we're lucky, we'll get somewhere around 18 ounces out of these buckets, 18 to 20 ounces. We should get pretty good pay dirt though, because that one magnetite bucket was like 90, I think, 90 magnetite. So you can see that our gold's going up. We're at 44 and we're already past 10 ounces. And it's still going up. So that's a good clean out. I mean, we're in the low area right now, so we're not gonna get that much. But yeah, we got 13 ounces. That's not that bad. So that was our day 2 clean out. That was four clean outs. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Make sure you smack that subscribe button, hit the like button, and I'd appreciate if you guys would just keep following along and having some fun with me. If you play, let me know and tell me how you're doing. So I'll see you next time.